also a single-digit number. It's not hard to remember.
I just always forget, okay? Like,
well, we know.
Mr. Code person who memorizes all numbers at all times.
Yeah, the person who's so good at code.
Oh, he's so good at coding. He's just a coding monster.
I'm so bad at code. Don't remind me.
But at least you both are immensely festive. That's the most important part.
Yes.
You guys are like the most festive people I've seen in an
This
age.
is the very impromptu Christmas special.
But you
Kai went to the dollar store and fell over in the Christmas display.
But it looks so good.
I know, he fell aesthetically.
He fell elegantly.
Elegance.
Excellent. Oh, you know what? I have to crack open a cold one. You guys ready?
Oh.
It's
Okay,
ginger
I'm ready.
ale, though. It's ginger ale.
Okay, I'm ready.
I don't know if you
Gosh, Harune, why do you have your microphone in your drink?
I didn't slurp it with my mouth to your ear. Would you prefer that? There's too much fizz.
Just know that you deserve
There's too
that.
much fizz.
I
Oh,
can't
God.
believe Kai just killed Harune.
In front
is
of
my
a
last-
live studio
In
audience,
front of a
too.
live studio audience.
That's
Please-
right.
Please laugh. Please laugh.
Please clap.
Please clap.
For any viewers on YouTube and anyone in the audience that's going to be rewatching this later, right across this little recording table of ours is sat just a Discord full of people.
It's true. In the Project Harney Discord server, we normally host anime nights at 9:30 p.m. EST every Monday. And we weren't able to meet up at our regularly scheduled time, like us GHK members.
It was my fault.
It's okay. I mean, it was also my fault. We were working for other times, and I was like, oh, I have this I can't make it to. I have that I can't do either. So it was not just
I was not
you.
at fault at all.
Yep.
Yeah, you were open that day pretty spectacularly. So
And then I wasted the whole day coding!
You didn't waste it. You're learning as you go.
Kai,
I did.
Kai, you know what? If you were better at coding, it would have taken the whole day.
I'm leaving. Oh, I got
Merry
better things to do. I got better things.
Oh, go back to coding? We're giving you a break, Kai.
That's right. Yeah, we're just letting it chill. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
This
When you
is-
marinate.
That's right. And you know what? They say that like there's a lot of learning that happens. Like there's a lot of processing that your brain does when you're away from something. So you think that you're like, oh, if I'm not constantly working on this thing, that like it's not, I'm not learning it, it's not getting done or whatever. But your brain's actually like sorting out a lot of confusion. That's why they say it's like best to study for a test before you sleep, because in your sleep your brain
can internalize it.
Yeah.
So Kai, you're
That's
just
why I internalize nothing. Ever.
just rage.
just wakes up angry.
He just wakes up and like code. No, don't worry. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and everything will go perfect and everything will go great in your life and you'll buy that ranch that you always talk about and you'll get a horse. You know?
Yeah, and you can name the horse Daisy. I've always imagined horses to be named Daisy. Every horse is named Daisy. Okay.
We've given Kai like a reason to, and everyone here is like listening. This is normal.
This is normal. This is standard GHK dynamic.
Yeah, it's you think the name is GHK for Girl DM Harune and Kai, but it's actually Girls Harassing Kai.
Yeah, we should just officially change the name.
I hate that's how you introduce the podcast to anyone you ever talk to about the podcast.
But she's not even wrong.
Am I wrong, Kai?
No.
Who was it? Who did we go to dinner with? It was I think
Holly.
It was Holly was there.
Yeah.
Among some others, and you just kept telling everyone, it's like, oh yeah, I'm in a podcast. Girls Harass Kai. I'm like, it's not what it's called. No, that's not what it's called. No.
See,
I had to run my
say
own
that
defense across the dinner table.
She's on my side.
Yeah. So she'll come in ready to listen to anything Girl DM says, and she'll be like, oh no, this is really Girls Are Harassing Kai.
Yep.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, like, we could introduce it as GHK, like Girl DM Harune Kai, but then they'd be like, what's it about? Then we have to explain.
Yeah.
But if we just say it's Girls Harass Kai Radio, they'll be like, I get it.
Clickbait.
Yes.
Kai, it's clickbait.
But we're also with a sprinkle of truth.
Yeah. See, it's you. We are using you.
Mm.
Is it using it because part of the process?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, by definition, something being used is part of the process.
Well, then we're all using each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
That's. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I can't believe you're using me and Harune's friendship like this. Can you believe
how
this?
dare he?
You know how many people are upset on the internet because they don't get a chance to like
hang out with girl DM on the weekly? They're like, where's my girl DM time?
Exactly, and you're squandering it right now, Kai. You should be thankful to me.
Squandering.
And thankful to Harune. Harune is like, she's got the chill, fun vibes, and her chat's always happy to see her and to vibe and have a good time. And here you are complaining.
If I could move anything under my neck, I would sit on you.
Don't squish the DM. We need her living.
I'm already short.
That's right. She doesn't need help.
I'll bite your kneecaps off.
That's right. Oh my gosh, bite it. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. Let's move on.
Excuse you?
Hey, moving on. Welcome back to GHK Radio.
Yeah.
We actually we're recording 2 weekends in a row. We usually take 1 weekend off in between. But next weekend, we looked at the schedule and we're like, that might be a little difficult.
It's true.
For some reason, some odd reason, it might be difficult next weekend.
I'm going to be tangled in even more lights for Crimbus.
Crimbus!
Yep.
Happy Crimbus. It's upcoming.
Happy Crimbus.
And all the other holidays.
That's true. So we have Crimbus, and then we also have New Year, because they all fall on weekends this year. So it just would have been really difficult for us all to get together. So yeah, that's why we decided to do the 2 weekends in a row. And I think this is working out spectacularly. Like, I was really worried when our schedule conflict came up. I was like, oh my gosh, like, we aren't going to meet until after the holidays, and then we'll be like too much time apart.
I was just like, oh no, because I had scheduled in the mentality of being like, okay, well, we're gonna record GHK like this weekend, so that means that this next Sunday is gonna be free for me to do stuff. And then I neglected to check the week after that.
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute.
Chotomate.
Chotomate kudasai.
But Kai had the big brain idea of being like, because at first I was just gonna be like, okay, I'll just cancel anime night and we'll just do our regular recording. You know, I'm sure chat will understand. Kai was like, why not just do it live? Just do like a special little
we're anime
event. Yeah, we're that's right, we're anime.
Anime.
This is still anime night for all of you.
It's still anime night. It's just like, it's kind of mislabeled, you know? It would be like if you're it's like, oh, it's a free fun holiday event, and then it turns out that it's cult brainwashing. Like, it's still fine. It's a free event.
Sunday fun day, but on Monday. And it's
exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So here we are in Christmas
in the cult.
Spirit. Yeah, in the cult. Welcome.
Welcome to the cult.
Welcome to the cult. We need to have a name for our cult. Chat, put some cult name ideas into the comments or the Discord chat. Who's listening right now? We'll take your suggestions, and maybe we'll review them at the end.
People harass Kai. Wow.
Wow.
The cult. The cult.
Wow.
But Kai, you're their god now.
Pyro, I know you wrote that. I see you in there.
What? No, Pyro wouldn't write that.
No.
But anyway, so Kai, what's your topic?
That's right. You go first.
I go first this time.
Yeah, because I went first last week.
Yeah.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, because I never go first.
I did end it very, very strongly last time. But
yes.
The art books. Well,
what words do you have for us today, Kai?
Seeing
go ahead, Kai. What's your topic today?
Seeing as it is the end of the year, we're leading up to the holidays, coming to a close with a good old 2022. It actually hasn't been all that great, to be honest with you.
Oh, God. Honey.
But I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I It is a time for self-reflection. It is a time for resolutions and self-improvement and
You're buying time to think of a topic,
seeing
aren't
how
you?
far we've
Yeah,
come
he
and
didn't-
how
he
far
didn't
we
plan
would go.
anything.
No, I did. I just don't know how to make it into a good segue, and I'm waffling.
Waffles. Oh, I love waffles.
I do love waffles. Chad, do you like
part
waffles?
of me
Little
was
pockets
thinking
for like butter and syrup.
True. Sorry, go ahead.
why do I try?
You're doing your best. You're doing great.
Self-reflection, Kai. Let's go.
Well, part of me was all like, oh, what if we like made the topic about, oh, what's the New Year's resolutions, what we want to aim for next year, now all that. And then I thought, oh wait, that sounds really positive. And if coding's gonna make me suffer, I need you all to suffer with me.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna spin this
Oh.
topic negatively.
No.
Okay, let's go. Negative time.
Okay.
Let's go. Negativity.
When you were young, when you were but a baby DM and a baby Rune, well, you still are a baby Rune.
Okay.
What did you want to be when you grew up, and how far are you from it now?
Okay.
All right, I've got one. I've got
Go
a good
ahead,
one.
DM.
So for a really long time, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Ooh.
Because I really liked animals a lot.
Hmm.
And I had a whole bunch of animal stuffies, and I would pretend to be like doctor for them and like bandage their paws up. And I was just like, what'd be great is like being able to take care of animals and just like you get to like take care of animals, you get to pet cute animals, you get to like help with the baby animals and stuff. And then I think I was in like 4th grade or 5th grade. I think it was 4th grade because we were reading like Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh.
And then I came to the realization that being a veterinarian means I would have to put animals down.
Crushed your dreams right there and then.
Unfortunately, that is
And
true.
then all of a sudden, I didn't want to be a veterinarian anymore. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to have to kill the pets. I don't want to do that. Never mind.
Oh, that's got to be the
Yeah.
hardest part of any veterinarian's job. Like, because you do it because you love it, right? But then when because you want to help the animal, but then when you have to say goodbye, you're like, I only knew you today, but
we also one of my neighbors when I was growing up did wildlife rehabilitation.
Oh.
And so she would invite us over sometimes when she had some animals that were they were able to interact with people. But also like taught me from an early age that like, well, she had all these mice that she would raise in these little like containers because most of the animals that she was rehabbing were birds.
Oh.
And those were the food units. And so like learned that from an early age. And she rehabbed like a couple of owls, and she was like, here, this is an owl pellet. If you don't know what an owl pellet is, the parts of the animal the owl couldn't digest, they kind of just like hairball it out.
Yeah.
And you can dissect it, and it has like the little mouse skulls and the little mouse bones and the fur and everything. So learned about that, and then
the beauty of nature.
And then she also rehabbed like there were 2 baby deer at one point. Neither of them made it because the mama had died and they were just too young, and they just didn't make it. And she checked with my parents first to make sure like it's okay to tell us that the animals die. But
I'm sure there's a surprising amount of people who she was a wonderful neighbor and like super duper well versed with like taking care of animals and wildlife rehab and like what you can and can't do with wild animals and such, but also very, very firmly I no longer wanted to be a veterinarian. But now I'm a cat, which is kind of veterinarian adjacent. So I think I did pretty good. Yeah, you're pretty close.
Yeah.
Just in a direction you would have never expected. Yay, you did it. You made it.
I did it. I made it.
In some ways, you're better than a veterinarian.
Exactly.
I mean, as a cat girl, you're part animal. You just need to be part doctor now, and then you're part way there.
True.
Well,
how about you, Harune?
When I was a wee Harune babby.
You wanted to be a Tusken Raider, we know.
Stop. No, I'm to my eternal shame. But all right, well, I went through a couple of stages. I'm gonna walk you through them. There are only 3 stages. They were pretty close, so it's not like spanning the entirety of my childhood. But when I was first given chores, that was besides like picking up after myself, but like actually contributing to the household, I was given toilet scrubber duty.
Hey, that was my duty too.
I was on dishes.
I loved it. I loved scrubbing toilets. And I told my parents I would do it professionally.
Oh my god, Harune, the pro poop scrubber.
Not even plumber, just toilet scrubber.
And
I can respect that. Sometimes it's fun to clean the toilets. However, I've got like
No, go ahead.
Oh my god, I've encountered some gross
I
toilets
mean, I
to
obviously
clean,
don't feel
so-
the same way now, but like, and of course, like, for everything else, Mama Rune was very meticulous in her cleaning, so I clearly did not see the worst of it. You know what I mean? Like how bad it could get.
I could definitely see that being like, yeah, this is fun. I love cleaning toilets. If like Mama Rune is like, it's just making the porcelain a little more shiny.
Exactly. So the porcelain was already in pretty good shape, and I was like, I don't see what's so hard about this. And I like remember telling Papa Rune, and he just openly, he doesn't guffaw, but he chuckles, and when he like, the longer he chuckles, the funnier it is to him. Like his chuckle is like somebody else's belly laugh, and he chuckled for a really long time. And he was like, "Yeah, you like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's great."
Open mockery of his very own daughter.
Yes.
He's just like, "Oh no, he's laughing a lot."
Yeah.
Oh.
I just thought he really enjoyed my my revelation. But that was
Your aspirations.
my first step. And then Papa Rene is a creature of habit, which means that all eateries, we just like cycled through the same ones throughout my childhood. And so we would go to the same pizzeria to, grab our pizza for like decades. And it was super close to the house, which also made it very convenient. And the dough makers, they had a glass window, obviously made of glass, but like there was no partition, like there was no curtain or anything to like block them from view, so like you could stand outside the window before walking into the building and just watch the people make the pizzas.
Nice.
So they had some like young, I'm trying to think, because like you always think everybody's significantly older when you're a kid, right? But now that I think about it, they must have just been like, young 20-somethings. But these guys were really nice, and they would like do tricks with the pizza dough.
They'd spin the dough and stuff.
Yeah, which I thought was really great. So then I told my dad I'd be a pizza flipper.
Did he chuckle again?
He did. He was like, he was like, I think you need to set your bar higher, kid. And I was like, but it looks so difficult. I was like, you can't. All right. He's like, I guess it's better than toilets.
Really shoots high, this one, doesn't she?
At least this is dealing with food and not the aftermath of digestion.
Exactly. It's what happens before the food leaves you. Then, as I got older and I outgrew toilet cleaning and pizza flipping, I had settled for pediatrician. Because I love babies. Like, I just think babies are great, and I always just want to make sure that they're all good and stuff. In my mind, it was always a baby doctor, not a child doctor, so I didn't even consider that I would have to like treat children, but I was like, babies, yeah, they're easy. But then I got into high school and I was like, okay, well, now is really the time for me to find out, like, am I any good at the stuff that I need to be good at to be a pediatrician? I was garbo at every type of science and every type of math. Like, the two most important things to be a pediatrician. So I was like, well, I gave up on that dream pretty quick. So, I'm probably closest to toilet scrubber in terms of career. I do it to this day, and yeah.
Wow.
That's my journey.
Can I confess something?
You may.
Until you said baby doctor,
Yes.
in my head I mixed up pediatrician with podiatrist.
Oh my god.
So I thought you wanted to be a foot doctor this whole time, and I'm just like,
I almost.
man, you okay?
I
All
almost
right.
spit out my drink.
What childhood story
God,
led you to
what
want
is
to be a
with
foot
VTubers
doctor?
and
You
feet?
almost made me choke out my drink. Could you imagine the mess I'd have to clean up? That
Wow,
happened?
Kai, you almost
Oh.
caused disaster. All right, Kai.
Oh my
I
god.
think
What
it's
about
because
you?
I think it's because I've always went to buy shoes that were labeled orthopedics. So when she said
Ah.
pediatrician, I'm just like,
You were just thinking
she
those.
wants to be foot doctor.
So Kai,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
since you're regretting your job choice, what did you want to be?
Growing up, I wanted to be Jackie Chan.
Oh, I wanted to
Like-
be Jackie Chan too. I did a whole report about Jackie Chan in middle school.
I didn't want to be like Jackie Chan. I wanted to be Jackie
Oh
Chan.
no!
Just impersonate him.
Not even getting any new fights. Not even shoot any new movies. I
You
wanted to
just
do a
wanna be him.
1-for-1, shot-for-shot recreation of Rush Hour 1.
Oh my god. Not gonna lie, that was a good
Uh,
movie though. Rush Hour 1 is
wait.
good.
Kai, how much do you know about like Jackie Chan's childhood?
A fair amount.
I don't know if I know much about his childhood.
Because I would not have wanted to be.
Oh, more so the childhood. I wouldn't want to be him now
Yeah.
with the way he is now. But
Well, no, but
anyways.
his childhood was he essentially Jackie Chan's like one of the last group of performers from traditional like
Mhm.
Chinese martial arts, like kind of circusry kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And his parents dropped him off there when he was like 6 years old
And just left him?
and just left him there. Yeah.
Like straight
Like
up
he thought they would come
abandoned?
back. Yeah, they left him because that was like the system. What it was is you would go there and be taught by these masters and everything, but at a very strict hierarchical system. So like the youngest, newest kids were the last to be served food
Oh.
and would get like severely bullied. And like he wrote there's a whole like really good autobiography about his like whole entire childhood and everything. And
Oh
like
my
reading through, it's
gosh.
just like I don't want to be Jackie Chan.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if that was as good as it all
That
chalked up to
kind of
be.
sucks. Yeah, he had kind of like a realization moment, luckily like relatively early in his life, that spurred him to be a little bit like get himself under control. Because
Mhm.
God, I can't remember if it was somebody died.
Ooh.
I can't remember if the girl that he was interested in, she like rejected him pretty hard because she's like, "No, you're a jerk."
Oof.
And I can't remember if she died or if she just like he couldn't get in contact with her anymore. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I wrote that report.
You
He
know
also
what?
like basically had like no schooling, right?
Yep.
He was just like training in gymnastics, performance, martial arts, like
Yep.
to the point where as an adult making movies in Hollywood and like Hong Kong cinema, he still can't read and write.
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
'cause
Then
was-
how does he learn his lines?
He needs
memorization.
he needs people to like recite them for him.
Yep.
Wow. I guess that helps, especially like in American movies where his English is his second language. That probably really helps him with inflection because he's just listening to native speakers speak it, and he can practice like the highs and lows and the flow. Whereas if he were just reading it off his own, like I've seen, what was that one movie? It was really bad, and I think it had Bruce Willis in it. It was not Sharknado. It was like Mega Shark or something like that. or
Megalodon?
Megalodon. Yeah, yeah. And they had a
Asuka Kai.
Asuka Kai. And they had an Asian female actress playing like the love interest character, but oh my god, her delivery was terrible. And I think it was, I mean, it's not that she didn't know how to like her word enunciation was all right enough. Like I've met people on my day-to-day basis who have like worse accents than her or who are harder to understand, but she obviously didn't know English inflection well enough to like make it sound natural, and like she just sounded really stiff and awkward, and like their flirting scenes were just cringe, and it was just not good. And
it's kind of makes me think of like the anime episodes when they have the character that's like showing off that they can speak English.
Yeah, it's so bad.
And you're just like, that's not quite there.
No, it's so bad. You guys ever seen Zankyo no Terror?
No, I've only watched like the first episode of it.
Oh, it's so good. But there's a character that primarily speaks English. Just like, I guess with the people that she's communicating with was an English team or something like that. But she's like supposed to be this very formidable, like, you know, like antagonist that we're supposed to be like very nervous and cautious about throughout the entire anime, but her English is so bad that I can't take her seriously, even though like her entire demeanor is supposed to be like threatening. But I was like, oh no, it's bad, she's just bad. Like, I don't know how they allowed this to pass. It's like almost unintelligible. But yeah,
reminds me a lot of that one character in like the Yakuza games who tries to speak English. It's really funny. Yes! Go your way! Go, go, go!
Sometimes it's just hear them and you're just like, okay. There's YouTube compilations of just like poor English pronunciation.
I'm sure it's really good though. Like, you can't help but laugh. Like, of course you don't want to make fun of someone who isn't speaking their native language. Like, it's hard to like go every day and try and be as understood and as fluent as everybody else. But I mean, it's all in good fun. Like,
yeah.
I mean, being like, don't speak English.
There's compilations in other languages of people that are non-native speakers as well, flubbing the pronunciation. I think to some extent everyone finds it entertaining to hear their own language not having proper pronunciation.
Yes. Kai, I'm sorry, we totally derailed. What was your dreams and aspirations?
I wanted to be Jackie Chan up until I think the 2nd grade.
Okay, so it's pretty short-lived.
And then I realized I liked food, so I wanted to be a chef.
Okay.
And
God, just thinking about your cooking ones though, like, where did you go wrong, dude? Like, thinking of your crimes against food, what happened, Kai?
How did food hurt you?
And I didn't realize this until while I was like packing my stuff to move to this new place. I uncovered an old like journal we had to keep for like grade school.
Oh yeah.
As a part of like English class.
Okay.
And on one of the pages, instead of writing about my dream job, I drew a very convoluted diagram combining Jackie Chan with a chef and then just writing, I want to be Iron Chef. I was like, I can cook and be on TV.
Wow.
Oh my god! And then like, yeah, there was like a whole thing.
That is incredible.
I did math with drawings, and it was like Jackie Chan plus, and then like a chef holding a knife in a kung fu stance, and it was.
Oh my goodness!
I was like, oh my god, it's the dream job.
I am sure your teacher was immensely amused.
I mean, it
probably
was
like took it home and was like, look,
look, it was from grade school. I can't imagine anyone else having a better dream than me at that time.
You really shot for the stars.
Yeah.
So how far off are you?
Yeah, I'm a computer scientist.
That's
salt cheesecake.
I made salt cheesecake.
The abominations you've made, Kai. Where did you go wrong? Oh my god.
My face hurts.
My face too. Oh man, because there's gosh, what was it? There was one of the ones when you were cooking live, and I think me and Lupin and Harune were all on the call together. And we were just like, Kai,
you can't do this. Stop, please.
Oh Oh my goodness! But hey, you can make creme brulee though.
Yes.
Was it the hot pot? Was it Yaminabe?
I don't think it was hot
Because
pot.
that was a challenge. I didn't do that intentionally.
No, I don't think it was
a
that one. It was
dessert
something.
you
It
were
was
making.
yeah. You were something. You were trying to make something. I don't remember what exactly it was. All I remember is me and Luke at one point we're just like, Kai.
You can't keep going on like this.
Yeah.
Let it go,
Nope.
Kai. Let your anger leave you. Let your hatred flow.
Ah, goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Whew. Well, now you
Yeah.
know each other's deep dreams and aspirations.
Yep.
Have you made a pizza, Harune?
I think I did. I can only recall one time.
Did you do cool flips and tricks for the kids at the glass window?
It was at a rich person's Christmas party. So no.
Oh, sorry.
There
Did
were
you
no
do
children.
cool flips and tricks for rich kids at the window?
No, at the window. No.
Did you make a dollar scrub in their toilet?
No. No.
Did you doctor their babies?
and-
Almost said feet.
I was
Babies?
gonna say, there were no
Man,
babies at this
VTubers, right?
party. Yeah, no, it's Kai who wants to be the podiatrist. He just doesn't want to let
Yep.
us know.
Yep. You just can't
He's
stop thinking about
shy.
feet.
Yeah.
Hey, but I mean, I wanted to be actor and or food maker, man, and now I make food acting on stream. I'm almost there.
That's
How
true.
did you like? Have you? Can you do martial arts?
Yes.
You didn't do martial arts when I was visiting. I don't believe you.
There was no reason to.
What? But there's always a reason.
We were in an escape room.
Supposed to demonstrate your prowess
Yeah.
at every moment of every day, Kai.
Escape with violence.
Yeah, just kick down every wall.
Yeah. We could have gotten out so much faster.
In grade school, up until high school, I do have a black belt in Taekwondo.
That's awesome.
Not a skill set terribly required in an escape room.
Doesn't okay. I may misunderstand how black belts work in Taekwondo, but I know so many people that have black belts in Taekwondo.
Hmm.
Like literally every person that I've talked to that's like, oh yeah, I do Taekwondo. It's like, oh yeah, you've been doing Taekwondo? How long? Oh yeah, I've been doing it for 3 months. Oh, I'm black belt.
3 months.
Huh?
I think I went for 7 years.
That sounds
See, my
accurate.
cousin has like 5 black belts. I don't understand.
Oh yeah,
I
there are
mean-
like different black belts with different edges or something like that. Like in each
I don't
edge
know.
color is a
All I know
different
is my
stage
cousin
or
goes to world competitions for Taekwondo.
Oh,
So
sick.
Kai, I want to see you spar him.
I haven't gone to a competition.
I want to
because
see you spar
have
my
to, like,
cousin.
specifically sign up for those.
Kai, I just realized.
Hmm?
Kai.
Hmm?
So my cousin,
Hmm?
I think he might have stolen your dream.
Oh no.
He's a trained chef. And he competes in Taekwondo competitions around the world. He can do backflips and stuff.
Oh my god.
He makes like he's done like Wagyu steaks and stuff for my aunt
Oh
for
my
Christmas. I think my cousin stole your dream.
Yeah, well, I bet your cousin dreamed he sucked at code when he was young.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe. And he's like 6'2".
Oh no.
Why does he have to be taller than me?
I don't know.
Oh
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness, that's
no. Even life itself has decided to
Oh
believe
my
us.
god.
Even
Oh,
life
wow.
itself.
Thank you, Kai, for all the way back to your second grade self of yours for setting up this joke to be activated now.
My whole life was ready for a
My
punchline.
cousin's a paid actor. Oh my god,
Oh
that's
my
hilarious.
Oh my god.
It's just an alley oop for this joke, guys. Oh my god.
What the worst part of it is, DM can now like legitimately tell anyone that my whole life was just a setup for a joke for her. She'll always have that punch card, that punchline ready in her back pocket.
Oh, yep. You know, that's the sign of true friendship, you know?
True friendship.
Oh my god.
Guy has suffered through his whole life. Set this joke up for me. Oh man, I hope you can meet my cousin someday so you can see what it's like to live your dream.
Oh my god. You know he will though. He's gonna be like, "Can I please have your cousin's contact information so I can meet my literal dream?"
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, poor Kai.
Good times. Good times.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, mine do too.
Oh, I have to like massage my face.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Oh,
Good
my-
topic, Kai. We're all suffering
Good
now.
topic. That was great. Laughter and suffering.
Yeah, it went from negative to like a skyrocketing positive for us.
For who? For who?
For us. For the listeners.
Yep. What a twist.
Unexpected. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
All right.
Oh
Well,
god.
Ooh.
so for my topic, so yesterday, I went to the reason why I had to ditch our regular, well, not regular, but our early recording session was because I went to a Christmas market.
Wow.
Yay!
Yeah, my friend and I went to the Christmas market together. And while we were there, we like went and taste tested stuff, and we got really fancy cold pressed juice, and I had vegan mac and cheese, which is great. It didn't taste like mac and cheese like 100% of the way, but it was pretty darn close, and it had bacon bits made out of dried coconut on top, which are also pretty tasty. I've had those before. Yeah. So it was really tasty, and it was really neat that there was like a whole bunch of like handicrafts and
Ooh.
pottery and stuff.
Little knickknacks,
And-
collectibles.
And my friend and I both like went through all like the scented candles and things that people had made while I'm picking them up and smelling them, and to see like which ones we liked and which ones we didn't like. And yeah, it was just really it was neat to go through the Christmas market. So my topic was have you been to a Christmas market or any like holiday specific type of market / event thing, and what did you like about it, or what did you hate about it?
Okay, I already Kai, I can see is thinking, so I'll go first. But I have actually been to 2 Christmas markets. One I've been to, I think, twice now, and one that I didn't learn about until this year, and so I went to check it out, and that was really cool. But I think the one worth talking about was in Chicago. They have like downtown Chicago. They've got a German Christmas market, night Christmas market. And so it's set up Bavarian style, like all of these wooden stalls and stands with just different things that you could find in like a German Christmas market. So like there's one stand that was all full of like different sizes of cuckoo clocks. There was nice. I know, isn't it great? There was one that was all like beer, different size of beer steins. Obviously they had like traditional German food. They had, every year they have a collectible Christmas mug, like a mini mug that you can buy, and you can either get it with Glühwein, which is like a hot wine that you can drink. It's delicious as heck, or
I
hot
love
chocolate.
Glühwein.
Yes, and then if you and then every time you get a refill with that collectible mug, it's like at a discounted price. So the first time you purchase it, obviously you pay full price because it's for the mug and the drink, and then every time it's just the drink. And I really loved it. Like I love ones that are like culturally themed, because then I really feel like I'm stepping into that culture without having to travel overseas. And I just love learning about and getting to participate in other cultures. And these traditional or more like German themed items were like all across, not just excuse me, had a hiccup. Not just across Illinois, but just like across the US in general. And they would come to this night market to sell their wares and stuff. And it was just really awesome. This year when we went, it was really, really cold and we had been out all day. So we just stopped in to get the collectible mug, and a couple of other things. Not as long as we spent the first time, but as we were leaving, we passed a cheese stand and it was so smelly. But like, that's how you know, I guess, that it was
That's
like
the good stuff.
Exactly. We were like, you know, it was like hot cheese. Like we were watching the people like cut big chunks off and it was like all melty and oozy and it looked delicious, but it smelled so bad. And it was really fun. If you guys are ever in Chicago during winter time or Christmas time or whatever, I highly recommend you go check it out. And of course, be sure to bundle because even though there were a lot of bodies packed in that area, it was not warm. Like it's just cold in Chicago. It's just dead cold. But it was really cool. Like I said, I just love, like the first time I went there, we saw a stand that was selling these like 3D paper star lanterns. And so they came with this like really long wire that you could plug in, and it came with a light bulb that wouldn't emit heat so that you could just like take it home and hang it up and stuff. And they had all these like different like paper colors and patterns punched out of the star itself, and it was just beautiful. Like, and I bought several. I made sure to like buy a bunch for like family and friends who I thought would really appreciate it. And then I was talking with Mama Rune last night, and she was showing me like pictures on her phone of like different Christmas decorations that she was like kind of showing an interest in. And she pointed to one picture and it had lit up like paper star lanterns in there. She goes, you know, I like this. This is simplistic. And I just looked at her and said, I bought you one like 2 years ago. And she was like, you did? I was like, you didn't even open it? And she was like, I didn't know what it was. I was like, no. I was really mad because it was beautiful. I stood in line for so long for those paper stars because it was so popular. And there were like patterns that were selling out. And I was like, I gotta get it fast. Like, I remember thinking like, what will Mama Rune like? She'd like the white one with the pearl, you know, accents on them and stuff like that. Like, I put in so much thought, and I thought she was gonna love it, and she didn't even open it. I was devastated. But that's neither here nor there. But I really liked it. I think when it's cultural is when it's most exciting. Cultural themed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's just like especially if
it's neat.
Yeah, and if they're selling things that you normally wouldn't see like in a regular shopping mall or like a kitschy tourist attraction, you know what I mean? Like, these are authentic. These are handmade and well crafted, and they're genuine, not touristy or kitschy at all. And I think that's what I enjoyed about it the most, is that it just felt really real. What about you, Kai? I gave you plenty of time to think.
Yeah. I actually don't really like to get things that are seasonal, specifically like memorabilia and stuff. I like being in the atmosphere of it all, but if I were to buy something and to like put it around, like keep it around, I prefer if it isn't tied to like a specific time frame. So like if I buy like a very Christmassy kind of like, you know, nutcracker just to put on the shelf, it's like, once it's past December, you're gonna have to take it down.
It's true.
Kind of thing.
What? Nutcrackers are timeless.
I love that.
Santa doll then. Santa doll.
I have a fancy nutcracker that I inherited. That is a cultural artifact. It deserves to be out at all times.
Okay, then let's say a Santa doll.
I keep Santa Pikachu out year round. I have a Santa Pikachu.
Okay, let's say a jack-o'-lantern. You wouldn't keep a jack-o'-lantern around all the... I'm giving you your chance.
I have jack-o'-lanterns in my IDV house. They're lanterns. You can turn them off and on again.
So she's just ready for every season all year.
Basically, yeah, like, I don't really go and buy a lot of, like, like holiday themed memorabilia, like
Mm.
you know, Thanksgiving stuff, Valentine stuff, Christmas stuff, Halloween stuff. Like, I don't really go for this stuff, which really only leaves me with the like performances, the shows, and the food at like those markets and conventions and stuff.
Mhm.
So, I mean, the city I live in always has like these different themed food festivals. A lot of them are more cultural themed, not like seasonal themed. But like
Okay.
you'll have like the Taste of Asia or like those kinds of things. They do have 2 seasonal themed ones, which are Summerlicious and Winterlicious.
Summerlicious and Winterlicious.
Yeah, but basically
Sound
it's
like lip
like
gloss flavors.
it's an event that runs across like all sorts of restaurants in the city. Like
Okay.
all the restaurants that take part in it will offer a special menu
Oh.
for like Summerlicious or for Winterlicious. So you could literally go to like a restaurant and just be like, I want the Summerlicious menu. And then it's like a thing that applies throughout the city.
Oh wow.
So I remember going to a very fancy Winterlicious
I can't get over the
lunch
name. I'm
once
sorry.
Winterlicious. Well, I don't
my
understand that.
coworkers. And it was certainly something.
Was it bad?
It tasted just fine, but it would probably offend some people and their sensibilities.
Why?
I ate seal.
Oh, that's where you had the seal tartare.
Yes.
Okay, I remember you telling me this.
Somebody somewhere clubbed a seal for my lunch.
Why would you put it that way? I'm sure they didn't club a seal. Not that I'm condoning eating seal, but I'm sure
yeah.
they didn't club it.
So Kai, you're saying your powers are sealed?
He secretly enjoyed that.
He did.
He's stifling laughter.
But yeah, apparently seal tartare tastes not that different from like normal fish sashimi, which is weird because I wouldn't think of seals as fish.
I guess they're high in fat like a fish, right?
Maybe. It kind of just tasted like minced salmon sashimi, I guess.
Well, I'm really glad you didn't say it tasted like chicken, because I'm kind of tired of that being the default, like, it tastes like chicken. Like, not everything tastes like chicken. Get over yourself. But
it was like the whole restaurant was like a specialty pop-up store that does like wild animals.
oh,
And then they had like a lot of really like wintry themed animals, like seal. They had like reindeer. There was a reindeer steak.
oh,
It was an experience.
it sure sounds like it. Was
Yeah.
seal the only thing you tried when you were there?
No, I had the reindeers. I had a bit of the reindeer steak.
Oh, okay. How'd that go?
Very gamey.
Is that good?
It tasted violent.
Oh,
That's the best way I could put it.
tasted like rage.
It tasted like you would eat it before a fight.
That's
Okay.
maybe a
Like-
good description.
Like it was the flavor was very strong and like it really tasted like wild animal. Like I don't know. Am I just bad at explaining things? Is this why I could never be a chef?
I mean,
The
if you look at
flavor-
recipes, they're usually pretty like short and to the point.
Yeah. The
Except for the
flavors were
ones
very
that, you know what, Kai? Maybe you are a blog chef.
a blog chef.
Yeah,
The
we have to get
flavors
your
were
life
very
story first.
the flavors were very upsetting in a motivating way. Like in a roll up your sleeves and put up your dukes kind of way.
There we go. See, you're already into it. You've got the knack.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. So seal tartare, huh? Do you think you'd ever have it again?
Honestly,
Yeah.
if it was offered to me, I wouldn't have qualms eating it, but I probably won't go out looking for it again.
That's fair.
Because it also was very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they don't make it a habit.
Especially if it like tastes similar to something else that you've had before.
I mean, they served like it like shaped into a little puck on a dish.
Oh, very Canadian.
About the size. I would say it was about the size of like a McDonald's burger patty.
Wow, that's big.
So imagine a McDonald's burger. No, not the burger, just the patty.
Right, but that's still. I mean, that's wide then. Like that's.
McDonald's burger patty worth of seal cost about $38.
Did you get anything else with that? Like
it was like we got it for the table. We got it for the table.
That you had to share a size of McDonald's beef patty sealed tartare with a table.
I mean, everything was so expensive between the 6 of us. We just ordered like 4 things, and then everyone shared a bit.
And then afterwards, you went to actual McDonald's and got the rest of your meal.
And then we went walking down like the rest of the winter market. Like I just kind of like looked at the lights and stuff, though. I didn't really do much shopping after that.
You weren't still hungry afterwards?
No, not really. We didn't go for more food after that.
Huh. That's so weird.
Now that I think about it, yeah, no, that was dinner.
Wow. Well, as long as everyone was fairly satisfied.
I mean, as long as it worked.
Yeah. But yeah, that's expensive for the table. And only a patty size.
It was.
I
know it kind of strays from the topic of the whole, Christmas markets and stuff, but like that's honestly the only thing I can think of that's like even vaguely related.
No, that's fine. I think we talked about it on this podcast before, but like the idea of like fine dining, like was it a fancy place?
It was a pop-up restaurant.
Oh.
So it was in like a like stone and mortar building.
Okay.
But like everything looked like it was just set up for this experience. So like the tables and like the furniture, the chairs, everything was like it was like the kind of stuff that looks like somebody chopped a tree down and then like nailed pieces of lumber together.
Very
like
rustic.
everything was very exactly like you were
goodness.
in the middle of a cabin in a wood eating like deer.
Just ripe off the bone.
Yeah, like the cutlery looked like weaponry.
Oh, that's fun actually.
I want that.
Yeah, if it were like a Viking themed place and just every utensil was a weapon, that'd be cool. Just eat with a knife the whole time. Like you just stab it into your food and you just rip it off. I want that. Somebody take me there. That would be fun. But yeah, you know what? That's okay. If that's your market experience, that's your market experience.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever want to go to like a Christmas winter market, even if it was just a window shop? Because
I mean, I still go. I just usually don't buy anything.
I think had I not needed to buy Christmas gifts, I probably would have done the same thing. But because, like I said, like the first time I was there, it was just so unique and interesting, and everything there was of such like good quality. Like I was like, these are like. That's the definition of a Christmas gift, is like something that's like cool, meaningful, useful, but like not like a kitchen appliance, but just like something that you know that you'd use because it's like unique enough to like have in your storage or whatever. Not storage, but like in your possession, you know? It'd be something that you could look back on and be like, I couldn't see something like this anywhere else but the German Christmas night market in downtown Chicago, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I really, really enjoyed that. What about, so DM so you went to the Christmas, or you went to the winter market.
Yeah, I went to the winter market. I've been to quite a few of them actually. Like,
okay.
Because, so Mom DM really likes, she really, really likes Christmas time. So like, I'm going to be going home for Christmas, and my mom DM was messaging me like yesterday that she spent most of the weekend getting all of the Christmas decorations up. And like She's the type of person that she will wrap the guard, like the hand railing for the stairs, with tinsel.
Ooh.
Like
I
to
love
that level
that.
of decoration. And we have every year we do a family photo, and she sends it off to like family and friends and such. And so we have one wall that's just dedicated to like I think what is she using? I think she's using like string lights and little clips, and it has like every single Christmas photo since before I was
Oh,
born.
I love that.
That's so cute.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like tons and tons of like Christmassy stuff. So I've been to quite a few because like Mom DM will be like, oh, let's go to like Christmas market, or this is Christmas themed right now, or let's go to like a winery that's doing a Christmas event. So I think my favorite one that I did is that we did go to a winery and you had to take like a hayride
Ooh.
to the top of the like the hill where the winery was at, and they had a bonfire set up and glühwein
Yes,
and like snacks,
glühwein.
and they had live music, and they had hay bales set up that you could sit on around the fire and everything. So yeah. I
Oh
like
my
Christmas
gosh, that
markets.
sounds dreamy. I love
Yeah.
that stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, that sounds
It's been a while since I last did like something super Christmassy though.
so
'Cause, like,
Aw.
I mean, the last couple of years we had the pandemic and all that. And the Christmas before the pandemic, I spent alone in Japan.
Right.
So, I did take my favorite Christmas photo in Japan though.
Mhm.
There were just these two random motorcyclists riding by in Santa outfits, and it was amazing.
Oh yes. I remember you
And
telling me about that.
yeah, I don't know why their Japan was very Harry Potter themed.
Wait, they're very Harry Potter themed?
Yeah, I think it was because like around the same time, Fantastic Beasts was coming out in theater in Japan.
Oh.
So like
okay.
every store had like a cardboard cutout of that like what's his name, like the Newt
New
Newt
Newt
Scamander.
Scamander. Yeah,
yes.
every store had like a cardboard cutout of Newt Scamander in like a Santa hat,
He's
and I'm just like,
the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, and he's cute.
yeah, but it was like the bookstore had one, which was understandable. The anime stores had one. I'm like, okay, I guess they deal in media. Restaurants had him in front. The clothing stores had him, and I'm just like,
Are they are they advertising dressing like Newt
Christmas?
Scamander?
Christmas? This is Christmas?
But if you think about, I mean, I've complained about this so many times, both on my streams and I think a couple of times in here, but like, broadcasting stations will use any excuse possible to do
Yep.
Harry Potter marathons, like, all the time. And the one that bugs me the most is Christmas. Like, they'll be like 25 days of Harry Potter, and it's for 25 days for all of December. It's all Harry Potter. And when they advertise like that's gonna be a thing that's starting up or that's happening right now, they always use the same clip, and it's literally like one clip out of like the first Harry Potter movie where Ron's like, "Happy
Oh.
Christmas, Harry." He's like, "Happy Christmas, Ron," and that's it. That's it. That's the
Every
only
single
like
time.
every single time. And that's the only thing that they got going for them for this Christmas themed Harry Potter special extravaganza or whatever. And it's not Harry Potter's
What
not
extravaganza? It's the same thing over and over.
Exactly. It's not Christmas. It's not. Don't
A lot
pretend
of-
that it is.
A lot of Christmas movies don't make a lot of sense to me.
Die Hard.
I mean, I know Die Hard takes place on Christmas like day or
Yeah,
at
it's
a
a
Christmas
Christmas movie.
party. Or like The Nightmare Before Christmas always seemed like a Halloween movie to me. I never watched it, but
What? Wait, you
Though-
haven't watched The Nightmare Before Christmas?
I have not.
And you're going on. You're like, you know what? This movie doesn't seem like it fits in this category. Has never
Mhm.
seen the movie.
Never seen the movie.
I might give a controversial take and say that I don't like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think that's completely fine.
Okay.
But you've
I'm
seen
glad.
it. Her
I've-
issue is I've not seen it.
I've seen
No,
it maybe
well, my
once.
issue is Kai making
but-
like judgment when he hasn't seen it at all. Like you've just seen the concept of it.
But Kai,
That's like
Christmas is in the title. Like,
Mhm.
that's like
okay, so let's. I think the thing that flabbergasts DM even more is that like the whole movie starts off the day after Halloween,
yeah.
and it like the whole timeline of this
Sure,
movie
sounds like a Halloween movie.
takes place between the end of Halloween into Christmas.
Yeah.
So it literally
So,
starts
I
at the end of
mean-
Halloween. It's not a
Kai,
Halloween movie.
Kai,
Halloween's
here's-
over.
Here's an equivalent. Here's an equivalent for you, Kai. Gee, I don't know why they call it Kamen Rider. I saw screenshots and nobody had masks on. That's what you sound like.
You know it's true. You know it to be true. Search your feelings. I'm watching a spider climb up a thread that it's dropped from my ceiling, and I don't feel like killing it.
Oh,
I'm scared.
Merry Christmas.
Do
Merry
it.
Chrysler.
Do it.
I'm just watching it. That's all. If it encroaches my space, I'll do it. But just thought
Okay,
I'd let
Kai.
you know. If you see me like staring off, you're like, "What is she looking at?" I'm just looking at a spider.
So what's she looking at? She just looking at this booter.
Just
Little
just a
arachnid.
little arachnid guy. Just a little
Yeah.
leggy guy. But yeah, no, Kai, you're not excused from
Little
your.
leggy guy.
Yeah.
You're not excused. You're
Yeah.
not excused for your. At least Harune's seen it and been like, you know what? Not my cup of tea. I'm like, you know what? That's completely fine. I will sip the tea instead. But Kai is over here being like, this coffee
Tea?
sucks. It's like,
Tea?
"Fuck, Kai, it's tea.
Tea.
Yeah, Kai,
That
that was a
leads and
brain
sticks
dead
to-
take. You can't make that take without watching the movie.
I think he's used up his brain for the day.
Coding. Coding.
But I mean, it's got a skeleton in it. That's Halloween
You
theme.
know, but there's Santa in it too, and the
there?
sleigh and reindeer. Yes.
What? No, never saw it.
That's what we mean. that's exactly DM's point.
This is why it's girls harassing Kai.
It's true.
Because I've not seen The Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, because you just walk into things. You'd think he'd learn. He's not. Oh,
Ah. Well, is it all right if perhaps I introduce?
goodness. I
My
think
topic.
it's Harune time.
Is
Alright.
it time for Harune time?
Is it Harune time already? Is it that time of day already?
I think it's Harune time. Ring the bells.
Ding 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 dong. Anyway. So my topic once again is not researched. It is conversational. I know I'm busting out of the mold here. I'm not doing my
Ooh.
usual stuff. But I kind of had the same line of thought as Kai, except much less depressing and self-deprivating. Where it is a time of reflection. I agree. And as we're getting to the end of 2022 and we're midway through our season as a podcast, right? Because we've always been a fall to summer podcast or late spring,
Mhm.
right? So we're only
Mhm.
halfway through. We're not towards the end of our season, but we're towards the end of the 2022 year. So, I wanted to reminisce a little bit with you guys and pick your brains on what was your favorite GHK moments from all 3 seasons thus far.
All three seasons.
Yes.
Oh.
Gosh, I've got a memory like a sieve. I would have to say that all of us dissolving into giggles, realizing my cousin is living Kai's dream.
It's a pretty powerful moment.
Is kind of up there. I think that's pretty darn funny.
Yeah.
It's not something that's come out yet, but last episode was also pretty great.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
The ending of last episode was awesome.
you guys will have that to look forward to. I have to say, like in
Yep.
terms of content, I really think season 3 has been very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got a couple of guests planned for this season, but I thought Giri was a really strong choice as a guest this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to I feel like this sounds like a based brag, but I just thought like our chemistry as a group just was very, very natural, very comfortable, very flowing. Like that was our longest episode to date, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that. Like probably more than I've been saying, but I'm trying to think beyond the scope of our of this season. Despite how strong it's been, I actually thought that our live show. Wait, can I call it that? No, what do you call it? The Discord, one? The Discord live that we did.
Oh yeah, that one was really good. That was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun, and that was the first time we did something like that, and which is why doing something like this today made me so much less anxious because I was like sweating buckets for that Discord live. Yeah, because I was like, how is it gonna be? Like we've always had like the comfort and privacy of each other, but now we're like doing it in front of a live studio audience, and I don't know how to feel. But that's been really nice. I guess technically it's a GHK moment, although it hasn't happened within GHK, but as a result of GHK. I know Kai and I have talked about this as well, but like when people come into my streams saying that they've found me through GHK, that really tickles me pink. Like that. Because
I've had some people say that to me too, and I was just like, oh my god, thank you.
I love that. Like, that's just like, because we do this. I mean, of course we stream because we like playing games and we think it's fun, and it's always been sort of our priority to make sure that we're enjoying ourselves first and foremost. But GHK Radio, we never even intended for it to be seen by many eyes. Like, it really was just like a, hey, let's do it because we're all friends and we like to chit chat, and let's just, it goes where it goes, right? So to have people be introduced to us through this rather than what we do more often, which is the streaming side of everything, right? And still come to tell us that they've enjoyed it and things like that is just very, it's very, I don't know, it makes my tummy feel warm. It's a good feeling. Lewis is pleased when he gets compliments.
It's heartwarming.
Yeah.
I remember being confused about Lewis.
Sorry.
Yep, that was the whole thing.
That was really entertaining, like finding that out.
It is nice. Like, it feels like it's gratification, like knowing that people are enjoying the content we make. Like coming specifically, not kind of like seeing what you're doing and be like, oh yeah, your stream today was pretty good, but kind of like they took the time to watch something that we already put out and then coming back to specifically say like, hey, I saw that thing and it was pretty good. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, especially because it's not like, I mean, with a stream, you could have stumbled upon it because you were looking for VTubers. You could have been rated or within the same stream team as someone that they were already following. Like, there are so many different ways that you could stumble upon a new VTuber, but when you're just like perusing YouTube and then you find just a VTuber podcast, and I mean, like, and I wonder like how many people were looking for the LewdTuber podcast. Is that what it was called? The Silvervale
the
Project
V-Show one.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Ludcast?
Ludcast, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Ludcast. Yeah.
So like, I wonder if like people just forgot the name and then just typed in VTuber podcast and stumbled across us in that way too, because we're very much not at Ludcast.
That might have been it.
Yeah, but even so, to like choose to continue to listen to it despite that, and then come find us and say, hey,
where are the women? Why is there a man here?
Why aren't there more pubes?
Why are they talking about like haunted places? This is really weird.
And one of them wanted to be Jackie Chan. Cringe.
Listen,
who's this guy? Like, why?
Oh my god. One thing I very much remember and made sure not to repeat the same mistake for.
Yes.
A fond memory of this of the podcast for me was back in season 2.
Yes.
The season 2 Christmas special episode.
Yeah.
When I introduced my topic of the history of fruitcakes, only to be told that that was your topic for season 1's Christmas episode that I had clearly forgotten.
Wow, plagiarism.
Didn't I encourage you to like go through with it anyway because I wanted to see if there's any overlap? Or did you change it?
So this year, I realized this is our Christmas episode. I was like, I cannot talk about fruitcake again.
It only took 2 years. That's
Listen,
okay. It would have been really funny if DM had come in talking about fruitcake.
See, the main thing that everybody seems to forget about fruitcake is you're supposed to soak it in alcohol. It's a vehicle for alcohol. That's what the fruitcake's for.
You know what? I remember that the most from the last time we talked about that.
And the exact thing I said was, well, I don't even drink alcohol, so even less of a reason for me to have fruitcake.
Well, that's a shame.
Well, that more for me.
I'll tell you what though, like foods or food soaked. No, booze soaked food. I kept saying it the other way around. Booze soaked food hits different than just drinking. Like,
yes, it does.
It really has just like a different. I'm not gonna say if it's better or worse, but if you're, go ahead.
Okay, so you know like maraschino cherries.
Mm-hmm.
They have like in drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Bourbon cherries. Oh my god.
They just pack a little bit of a punch on the way down, but you're still enjoying food. And it's a flavor profile of alcohol. Like, Mama Renee, okay, I'm about to go on a tangent because she just brought this up the other day, and I get livid every single time, so you're just gonna have to hear me out now. Kai, you've had drunken chicken before, right?
No.
What the why? And don't tell me it's because you don't drink.
Now, go.
Okay, yeah.
So it never came up. I never had it.
Your mom never made it?
Nope.
What kind of Asian is she?
My mom's.
This is nonsense.
Listen, my mom's culinary repertoire.
I'm white bread, all right? I'm
that's
white
right.
bread.
We're not asking Dia.
Don't ask me. I'm just like, wow, what the chickens are drinking? Amazing.
It's not far from the truth.
You're telling me I shrimp fried this rice? That's crazy. My mother's culinary repertoire is not very robust.
Well, the beauty of drunken chicken is that it actually is very simple to make. And if I recall correctly, and anyone from like a traditional Asian background who has like grown up with this dish and has like helped make it, and I'm saying it totally wrong, you can correct me. I'm not speaking like an expert, but the thing that grinds my gears all the time is Mama Renee is a lightweight. Like, she will take a sip of wine and all of a sudden she's like giggly. And I don't know if it's placebo effect or what. We're pretty darn sure it's placebo effect. But I think she just like psychs herself. It's not like intentionally she's like, I'm gonna act drunk now. But it's like, I think she psychs herself up. She's like, I am consuming alcohol. Here we go. I will now begin to feel its effects. You know what I mean? Like, you sort of talk yourself into it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she just kind of is like, an alcohol mode activate. Oh,
exactly.
no, I'm so drunk.
Exactly. So around this time of year, like when the weather gets very cold, so like summer into fall, like when it's getting cooler, she'll make curry. When it's cold, getting colder, she will make drunken chicken. And drunken chicken is like actual chopped up pieces of chicken. So not like chicken breast or chicken wings, but like all pieces, all parts of the chicken. And it is cooked with some parts water, some parts, or many parts, I should say, sake, like cooking sake.
Yeah.
And like the smell of that is very distinct, and it wafts throughout the entire house. Mama Renee is 1000% convinced that the vapor of this cooking sake makes her drunk.
Oh no.
And then when she eats it, she's like,
contact drunk.
She's like, oh, it's too strong. I'm feeling its effects. I'm like, there's no alcohol in there. It got cooked
cooking
out.
It all off. You're cooking it all out.
Cooked out. And I tell her this every year, and she like brushes me off now. Like, she doesn't even acknowledge that.
Don't be silly. I'm drunk and I know.
I am so crunk right now.
That's what she does. And I've explained this to like friends, like close friends, who would be around for that conversation, like with my parents, and I'd be like, listen, she's gonna say that she gets, could you just tell her that there's no alcohol? Like, this is science, like it gets cooked out. And this actually happened like over the weekend. I had a friend over, and Mama Renee was talking about it's, the season for making drunken chicken. And she was like, oh, but, we'll have to be careful about the ratio because, you don't want to get drunk or anything like that. And my friend's like, well, you're not actually going to get drunk because the alcohol's cooked out. And Mama Renee just like dead stared them in the face, just like,
yes, you do.
Just and then like turned to Papa Renee with like to continue the conversation. Just like clearly it went in one ear out the other. Did not process a single thing. Just stared long enough to make it look like she was paying attention, but it was like slightly for too long, so it was clear she wasn't paying attention. And then just like moved on. But it destroys me every time because I'm like, how do you ignore science? Like, this is. Like, I can understand if you have an opposing opinion, or even if you tell me that alcohol affects you differently. Like, I know I can handle my alcohol better than her. Like, there is no one that can handle alcohol worse than her. I understand, except for maybe Kai. But, but.
Crossfire there a little bit, Kai.
but to just,
I had nothing to do with this.
But to just
I've
spout
never even had
blatant
drunken chicken.
lies. You'll just have
Because
to
you can't handle it. Now you'd be so drunk.
That's right.
Oh my stars. No, actually, like, I think part of it is also that like my whole family doesn't really consume alcohol. Like, on top of not really liking to cook, my mom also doesn't drink.
That's fine.
I don't think I've ever seen her drink. My brother doesn't drink. My
That surprises me,
father's
actually.
medical status makes it so that he has to limit how much he drinks.
Yeah.
Gout and all that, this and that. So the household sees maybe 2 packs of beer a year.
Okay, and who's drinking the beer?
Like, my dad will have one on the occasional like Sunday, maybe like once a month on a Sunday.
What kind of beer does he like?
He likes PBR.
What?
Oh yeah. Okay. Harune, do you know what PBR is?
I think that sounds familiar. I feel like either you or Kai or both have had to explain it to me before, but it's a Canadian brand, right?
As a person who doesn't drink, I can very much tell you Pabst Blue Ribbon is the super
Pabst
cheap.
Blue Ribbon? Oh.
Yeah,
it is the super cheap bottom of the distillery. Every college student's quick drunk.
That's like a kid's. That's like an
swill.
elementary school kids science project for baby's first beer.
it's a really cheap beer. I think
Pabst
like
Blue Ribbon.
you can. It's really really cheap. I can't remember what people called it. When I was in university, there was some nickname that people would call it instead. And like people were like, "What's PBR stand for?" But it was. It was, I can't remember what it was. It was something, because I didn't drink PBR, because PBR is just like.
Because it's nasty.
I know it by reputation. I've never had a PBR.
Reputation precedes it. I've had it before. It's just, it's not. And if you are drinking to get drunk, it is the cheapest option.
If you are drinking to get drunk without being able to afford it, it's PBR. It's a lot of college students' go-to beer for the price point.
Yeah, because you can get a flat of it for pretty cheap.
See, that's never appealed to me. Like, I've never, like, getting drunk or tipsy or whatever has always just been the result after drinking tasty drinks.
Yeah, see, that's the way that I like to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like my genetics mean that as soon as I get one drink past tipsy, it's making offerings to the porcelain throne for 3 hours, and I don't like doing that.
I love that phrase. That's my favorite phrase on puking.
Yeah, but it's just me. Like the first time that I had too much to drink was when I was studying abroad in Japan.
Oh no!
And I did all you can drink
Oh,
with
no.
everybody, and it was my first time doing like all you can drink, and heated toilet seats are great. Let me tell you.
Yeah, they are.
Like, they are so comfy and nice when you have been like retching your guts up because you got really, really drunk. And even though there's nothing left in your stomach, your body's still like, everything's still woozy. We must be poisoned.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yep. That was my first major oopsie poopsie of drinking was that exact result, was that I was just, everything was leaving my body. Lewis was a very empty boy by the end. But yeah, but I was trying to keep up with a Pollock, so that was couldn't do it.
Yep.
They hold their liquor very well.
All I know is once we graduated from university, all my friends graduated from PBR. Now that they've got like income, their world opened up.
Graduated from PBR. That's, I mean, I guess it's hard. I shouldn't say it's tough, but I have to remind myself that like everybody's experience with alcohol is very different, like especially in the Western world, like the US and Canada. You know, I think it's a little bit less now, but I think for a majority of our childhoods, like alcohol was always like a very like, no, you can't, like you can watch the adults drink this, but you can't even touch it or get close to it until you're of age, right? So like these kids go to college and they're like 18, 19, they have a friend who's like old enough to buy it for them, and they're like, this is our first step into the adult world, we're gonna drink till we're sick, you know?
Yep. Yeah. See, mom DM was always like, even when I was little, she's like, you want to try a sip of the wine? You can have one sip of it. Like when I was in high school, I think she would let me have like less than half a glass of wine sometimes if it was like a pasta night, because red wine, a nice red wine goes really good with pasta. And
it sure does.
And I would be like, hey, could I have a little bit of wine too, Mom? And she would give me like enough that's like maybe like 3 tablespoons of wine in the glass.
So like to taste, but not
a swig.
Yeah, so it was never, for me growing up, it was never like this mystical drink that only adults can have. It was like, oh yeah, I can have some of that if I wanted.
Right.
But I didn't feel the drive to like to consume it to the point of status alteration, right?
Right, yeah, it wasn't like a life-changing, like, I'm an adult now, look how much I'm drinking, right? And that was the same way, like, Papa Rune had a liquor cabinet, but he always drank hard liquors. Like, it was always like, you know, Christian Brothers
moonshine,
not moonshine, but like Christian Brothers, like whiskey, like on the rocks or something. So it was never like sweet, pretty, tasty mixed drinks. Except he can make a killer White Russian, and that is my favorite alcoholic beverage ever. And it smells sweet, and it tastes just as sweet as it smells. But and then, you know, he wasn't adverse to like a glass of red wine every once in a while. But like he never like locked it. He was never like, never get anywhere near that, like don't even look at it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he was always just like, I mean, we always, you know, saw that he would have like a drink before bed or something, and it was just never a mystery. It was never, I mean, he would let us smell it, and the hard liquor always smelled gross. So I was like, okay, so I never want to drink that. And I'd be like, you know, if he'd have a beer, like if my uncles were over or whatever, I'd ask to smell it, and I'd be like, ew, it smells like grass. Like I'm allergic to grass. I don't want this. You know what I mean? So like I sort of developed, so I like developed my own opinion and was like, I'm not interested in drinking, and so I never had that desire. But I can understand, like, if you're a kid whose parents were like, no, alcohol's bad, but then you see all, you know, all of the adults like drinking and, you know, getting silly because they're drinking irresponsibly, or at least to the point of being tipsy, and they're like, wow, they look like they're having so much fun, and it's this like adult beverage that I'm not allowed to even look at. Like I can see how they would be, you know, enticed into it at the first opportunity. So, but I'm sorry, we like went on a total tangent.
Total tangent off to the side.
But Pat's Blue Ribbon, Pats.
Oh yeah, like like I think like my dad used to drink more, not like alcoholic levels, but like just like, you know, semi-regularly when he was when I was much younger. I know that when I was very young, he also smoked, but then he eventually stopped. So
Papa, me too.
I think he just kind of like cut down on a lot of it as the years went by.
Mm.
I do know, well, I don't know actually. I was told this. I was told from my parents that when I was a wee lad of diaper age, I once crawled down to the basement where they were apparently holding a Christmas party,
Oh.
Oh,
and the adults had I can't remember what it was now. I vaguely remember it being kind of lightly colored and bubbly. So it could have been champagne, it could have been wine. I don't know. Is wine bubbly? I don't think.
Prosecco. There's sparkling wines.
And there are
Could have been.
champagnes too.
Yeah.
Something like that. I know that I was told when I was down there, my father gave me a sip from his glass, and that I couldn't climb my way back up the stairs.
Oh,
I made it
no.
up. I made it up one step. I fell back on my tuchus and just sat there
Oh no.
Oh
and
no.
gave up. Early life lessons: just give up.
Maybe
And
that was
someone
like
will
your
carry you to the top.
yeah.
That's what made Kai like
The way
Not
I
to
am.
drink.
That was when he was like, nope, never again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, his first baby bum experience was I can't crawl up these steps. I can't have this beverage anymore.
This
I-
sucks. I'm never doing this again.
No, I mean, I was never super like interested in alcohol.
Well, yeah, because of that experience shaped
I-
you, man.
When I went to university, a lot of my like in high school, I never really drank too much, but in
Mhm.
university, a lot of my friends did the thing where they would buy like one bottle of like hard liquor and just
Ooh.
keep doing shots until they all like were destroyed.
Oh no.
Oh,
That sounds
no.
horrible.
Oh,
And
that's
their weapon of choice was always Jägermeister.
Oh my
So,
god. Ugh,
I do
okay.
remember taking a couple shots with them, but it was not pleasant.
No, it's usually
Yeah.
not.
yeah, it's not well, there are some really tasty shots. Okay, there's birthday cake shot and it tastes like chocolate cake.
Oh, that
Oh
sounds
no,
so
yeah, they
good.
had
And there's apple pie shots and they taste like apple pie.
Oh.
they had a bottle of Jaeger. They poured
Yeah,
it
but
straight
Jaeger-
and one shot glass to share between everyone.
Yeah,
So you just
that's
pass the shot glass around.
Oh jeez.
yeah.
I still want to
Um,
try an Irish car bomb, but I
Jaeger is used like as medicine in Germany.
oh my god.
Like if you're sick, like you can just have a nice glass, like have a Jaeger.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
I know
Buckley's.
Buckley's?
Yeah, Buckley's. Buckley's isn't. They don't have that in the States, Kai.
Oh really?
What's a Buckley?
Yeah.
Don't
So
worry.
Buckley's is what was the slogan?
It tastes awful, but it works.
Yeah, it tastes
Oh.
awful, but it works.
Kai, I think I
Yeah.
remember you talking about that. Or maybe
Yeah,
it was
we've talked
DM.
about it before, I think.
Yes.
I feel like DM brought it up last time.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. Oh yeah, because we were talking about I think it was it at the end of season 2 or maybe the very beginning of season 3, but we talked about like medicines, like cold remedies.
Uh-huh.
Like oh yes, I was asking about traditional cold remedies, and you did mention Buckley's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. Okay. That's
Um,
that's encouraging.
There was one drink though that I was interested in.
Yes.
When I was growing up and not consuming alcohol, we went to. I remember it was at like one of those. Essentially, it's kind of like a TGI Fridays, just kind of like one of
Mhm.
those like whatever kind of restaurants where you can get like
Mhm.
food and drinks.
Wait, can I take a
and-
guess as to what their drink is? Because I think I remember this story.
Go for it.
Was it a Long Island iced tea?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Well, because I remember we talked about this and we were like, yeah, it's not actually iced tea.
There's
I
no,
did
there's
order that-
no
no,
tea
that-
involved. It's just liquor.
Yeah.
I ordered that at a karaoke bar, but no, at the
Oh.
restaurant, my aunt or someone, I don't remember who, ordered me a virgin pina colada,
Oh, those are so good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
and it was delicious. I was like, oh my god, coconut, pineapple, whatever else,
Yes!
yum. When I grow up, I'm gonna pina colada, and then I had a real pina colada, and I don't like the taste of rum.
No, virgin pina
Oh.
coladas are significantly better than spiked pina coladas.
I was so incredibly disappointed. I was like, I found my one drink, the drink I will enjoy, and it was not pina colada.
Maybe if we ever meet up, Kai, I should make you a. I'll make myself a White Russian. You can take a sip. You tell me if you like it.
I will try it. I
Well, that's
can't
why I'm making
promise
it for
I'll
me.
like it.
That's fine. But at least you can give it a sip because it's sweet and it's tasty.
I did end up finding a drink I do like, though. There is one drink I can say I can drink quite comfortably.
Okay. And that is?
There is a liquor called Soho. I had it mixed with Sprite, and it was absolutely lovely.
That sounds... Is it like a milky...
No.
No, not at all? Okay.
Soho is a lychee liqueur.
Oh, that sounds tasty and refreshing.
So Soho with Sprite being kind of citrusy, so it was like sweet, it was tangy, it was very fruity. It did not taste like alcohol. I had 3 in 15 minutes, and then I died.
Kai, you have to pace yourself.
That's the other problem. I drink not a lot at time, but I take sips at very high frequency.
I do
yeah,
too.
you drink a little bit too fast. See, I can nurse a drink.
I cannot
for a long time.
I cannot.
When DM when you came to visit and we went for bubble tea.
Yes.
Do you remember about how long we waited in line for those bubble teas?
Yes.
In the time it took for me to get it and then waiting for like you to get it, I could have finished like my drink.
Yeah.
If I wasn't like holding back.
Yeah, my sibling has that problem.
I'll be halfway through the drink by the time I walk out the door.
That's me. That's me. By the time I make it to my car, I'm like, oh man, I'm almost done.
That's not a good habit with alcohol though, because that means you're just gonna. It's an expensive beverage.
Yeah.
There is that too, but it's just always the need. Like it's like the oral fixation side of me where the always need to keep my mouth busy.
Yeah.
So if I'm not talking like I am now, when you guys are talking, I'm usually like chewing on a toothpick or like taking a sip of water or this and that. So if you put a drink in my hand, if I'm not talking to you, I'm taking a sip. So
well, that's fair.
I'm also the type to let people finish their stories when they start them. So usually they'll go on for like maybe 5-10 minutes and I'll be like 2 drinks in.
Okay. That makes sense. I was very much the same way. I think now with alcohol I've learned to pace myself because like now I think my palate is fairly sensitive to alcohol. Like I can recognize when there's alcohol in there. So I'm like, okay, with every sip of alcohol, I'm going to like take a big gulp of water just to like make sure I'm still drinking something, but I'm not downing the alcohol. I'm also making sure that like my, Lewis doesn't die on me because he is now very sensitive. If it's like sweet and fruity, he'll be like, oh, this. And then then everything seizes up and I like basically have like a full body Charlie horse for like 10 minutes. So it's very fun. I love it. It's a good time. But
I think the only times I ever like drink slowly, if you ever see me have a drink last more than 5 minutes, it's because I don't like it.
That's what I was about to say. Is it because you just don't like it?
I take a sip and then I'll wait until the aftertaste goes away, until I forget that I don't like it.
Yep.
And then I'll take another sip.
Kai, your treatment of drinks is mirroring myself very.
That was
very
me
much.
with beer. That was me with my first Heineken, and that was me with my first cup of coffee. I was like, ooh, I don't like this.
Sip it and take a half hour to drink it.
Exactly. My third sip was cold.
Oh my god. You poor bean. That's
Even to this day, I still prefer iced coffee though, I think. How do you guys take your coffee?
Girl DM?
Quickly.
You drink it really fast?
My coffee. So I have one of the Nespresso machines.
Oh.
So you put like the little capsule in. You can choose if you want an espresso or you want a lungo, which is like more water and coffee stuff. So it's like a larger percent amount of like. It just makes a double size espresso shot essentially. It's a little bit weaker though. So I have one of those. And then I also have a device that heats up your milk and also has like a little spinny thing so it froths it.
Oh, neat.
So I just, when I wake up in the morning, I just get an espresso shot and put half a teaspoon of sugar in, and then pour in almond milk that's been steamed, and then I drink that as quickly as possible.
Why quickly?
Because I don't like cold coffee.
Oh, so you're like, drink it while it's the perfect temp?
Yeah, while it's still hot, I'll just like chug it and then...
Wow.
I'm the opposite. I prefer cold coffee. I can only drink like iced coffee.
I do not like iced coffee. I mean, I don't mind it, and I'll make myself iced coffee from time to time, but I don't like if my hot coffee has gone cold. Then that makes me very sad. But I think, like, if I had to choose, it's either hot coffee or, like, as a freeze. So, so it's, like, blended together with ice.
Like a coffee slush.
Yeah, because that slows me down because I have to take the time to chew the little ice crystals instead of all that ice taking up all that space in the cup, and then the actual amount of coffee in there is actually significantly less. So like every time I order boba, I always ask for no ice because I want my money's worth. I want the most amount of product. So I very rarely, like I never order iced coffee. If I make an iced coffee, it's at home, it's with leftover coffee. Like I will not specifically make a coffee to ice it. I have a family member who uses a French press and then puts it in the fridge overnight.
Ooh,
and
fancy.
So it's almost like a cold brew, really. But I don't like iced coffee. I think it's a scam.
I mean, that's just usually how I take it. My office did have one of those, what do you call them? The Keurig machines? Those coffee machines that DM was talking about?
Yeah.
The only way
not the Keurig. I have an espresso. Nespresso is superior to Keurig because the pods are completely recyclable.
Oh, that's good.
And they actually, if you register with Nespresso, they actually have a recycling program, and they'll give you the bags. And when you fill it up, you just bring it back to their location, and they will recycle the pods and everything for you.
Ooh.
They had at one of the shops that I went to where I got my bag pickup, they actually had a bicycle that the frame was made from recycled Nespresso pods.
Oh, wow. Well, good for them.
But I think my office only had a Keurig. I think it was.
Yeah, I think most offices have Keurigs. Nespresso's a little too bougie for offices.
The only way I could drink like the coffee, because they could only do hot coffee. You can't Keurig and iced coffee out kind of thing. So the only way I could do it, is it called I think it's called a mocha. Where
chocolate?
I take a French vanilla pod and then hit the espresso setting, and then I take a hot chocolate pod and I hit the espresso setting. So it's like a half portion of each.
I've done that with Keurig machines too, because especially because like most of the time, if a place supplies like cream or sugar, the cream is often has dairy in it. So, and then the sugar is either like I need too much, or that just means like the flavor of the coffee is just like tastes like burning. So I often do mix it with hot chocolate, as long as it doesn't have dairy in that mix either. But yeah, those are tasty. I like mochas a lot. That's probably like my favorite form of coffee drink is a Mexican mocha.
Or I just hit like the hot water setting, because like I've got a little jar of it's like diced up lemons with the peel and everything, diced up lemons and honey.
Oh yeah. I have those.
Yeah. And then like you just take like a spoonful of that in like a mug, and then you add hot water, and then it's like a really nice hot honey lemon.
Yeah. It's great for sore throats.
I have a jar on the counter over there. I kind of want one now.
I had one a couple weeks ago when it was like particularly cold, but it was citron and ginger honey. So there were just like, I mean, I love ginger, like I love the burning warmth of it, but there were too many like pieces floating around. So like every sip, I was like a whale filtering out like larger objects and just trying to inhale the krill. Like there's just Too
Did
much.
you do the thing where you like? Did you do the thing where you bit down on the lip of the mug and then like just drank through your teeth like?
Yep.
Oh no.
There was a lot in there. But it
Oh,
was
no.
tasty, and I wanted all of that flavor to seep, but it just made.
But then all the pulp
That
builds
just
up on
makes-
the outside
that
of your
just
teeth,
makes
and then
me
you lick your
think
teeth,
about
and then it's
how
like.
my-
"Ugh."
Somehow when my dad makes coffee, because we have like my mom and dad DM have just a standard coffee machine.
Mhm.
So you have like the filter, and then you put your scoops of your coffee in. Somehow Dad DM manages to get the coffee so that it's not in the filter. So I can always tell when Dad DM's the one who's made the coffee, because like if you get to the bottom of the cup and there's grounds in it, and you're
Oh
just like,
no.
oh, it's bitter.
Papa DM, you should know better. You've been doing this for how many years now?
Right?
That's funny though. Yeah, Papa Renee takes his coffee brewing very seriously. Like, he insisted that he get like a hand bean. Like, well, first off, he only buys whole beans.
Mhm.
And he bought a manual grinder.
Mm-hmm.
So you have it's in this like little jar, and it's got the grinder attachment on top, and then you open it up, and it's this little like upside down bell shaped thing where you pour all the whole beans in, and then you just take it and you spin, you turn it on the top. Like there's like a crank there that you turn, and then you can set the grind to either fine or coarse, right, and everything in between, and he just grinds it up until the whole thing fills. It almost looks like the sand, what do you call that, the hourglass from Wizard of Oz, except instead of red sand, it's coffee grinds.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, but then he's like got the exact amount of coffee grinds per pot per cup. Like if he's making it for 2 people, but one person likes it a little more weak, then he knows like exactly what the process is. It would be like, oh, we'll only make like, if I'm gonna make a full pot, like then we need this much or whatever. Like, and I don't have that much of a refined palate to know like if it's really good or not, but I can drink his coffee black and not die. Which normally I like my coffees very sweet and with like a flavored creamer. So going from that to like black coffee should be very jarring, but his coffee actually tastes like fruity and it doesn't taste like burning, which, the only other time I've had coffee that tastes like that was when I was in Europe. So
it is possible to brew coffee in ways that it doesn't taste like I find like it. I've been to really like coffee snob areas.
oh good.
So it's like it's really good, easy to get like really nice coffee that doesn't taste like burning. So like for me, usually the way that I know that it's not going to taste like super bitter and stuff is just to get a blonde roast, because then it's not going to be as bitter normally.
Yes, and there's more caffeine in blonde roasts.
Yeah,
most people
that's
think, like-
also why I go for the blonde roast.
They say that the too many people have the misconception that like the darker the roast, the stronger it must be, and it's like no, only the stronger the flavor is, but the caffeine is actually in the less what's the term called? The less roast.
The lighter roast?
Yeah, the lighter the roast, the stronger the caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys learned something today. You viewers in chat.
Coffee's another thing we don't really have around the house a lot. I think my dad drinks hot coffee. I only drink iced coffee, and my brother and my mom don't drink coffee, so we don't really keep any coffee around the house. Very, very occasionally, bless his soul, Papa Kai would buy some coffee for the house.
Aww.
And it's always the sachets of instant coffee. And when he sees that I've got a busy day, I'm working overtime until dinner or whatever, and he thinks I need to pick me up, he'll make me a cup of coffee.
Oh, that is sweet.
By pouring in half the recommended amount of water for one sachet of the coffee grounds into a mug that's much too small.
Oh no, so it's like super strong.
And then he'll just leave the mug in the fridge for an hour and then bring it to me when it's like vague
lukewarm.
Oh.
Well, it's not lukewarm, but it's like it's cold, but it's not iced coffee cold. It's like
Yeah.
You should stick it in the freezer.
He sticks it in the fridge and then brings it to me black, and I'm just like, thank you. I think he's learned from that now because ever since he saw me take that and then like pour it in a jug and then pour in like a pint of milk to make like coffee milk, he, like whenever he sees me stressed now, he'll be like, "Do you want me to like go to Starbucks?" He would, because we have a Starbucks next door. He would offer to like walk over to the Starbucks to buy me something.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I
Just 'cause
love that.
We don't keep coffee around the house.
Oh, that's so sweet, Papa Kai. He's crazy for changing all his clocks to be at different times, but at least
he does. He does.
But at least he offers to make you or to get you coffee.
I'm seeing some questions in the live audience. My father has a habit of instead of setting different alarms to wake him up in the morning, he sets multiple clocks to have the same alarm, but then sets each clock to be a different time.
Like a crazy person.
So while my clock and your clock might say that it's 7 in the morning, he'll have 4 clocks around the room that says it's 6:30, 6:35, 6:45, 6:55. But they're all set with a, like 6 o'clock alarm. So they'll ring off in like succession. And if you stand in my father's bedroom and then spit on your heels, you'll travel through time.
I just don't see why he can't just set an alarm at different increments.
It's even worse because his car has a different time too. So it's like going from brushing my teeth to getting in the car. I'm just like, how did I lose 15 minutes? How am I suddenly late?
He runs on his own time.
Yeah, time is just a measurement for other people, and he just plays their game.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. There was actually one question, speaking about questions in chat, there was one that, like, if we've got the time to, I kind of wanted to maybe see if we could touch on it. Let me see if I can find it.
Is it viewer questions?
It may be. If you guys have any questions, maybe we could each pick a question to go over fairly quickly.
Live Q&A session.
Yeah, why not? Where is it? I saw one earlier that I thought was good. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. Lightning Smite asks, how did everyone find this podcast if you weren't here since the beginning? Okay, well that's a viewer question.
Not a question for us.
Yeah, that's right. Well, but now I ask it to anyone who's listening in the YouTube version of this. You can put down in the comments below how you found this podcast. But yeah, we can take...
I found this podcast when Harune asks, hey, do you want to be in a podcast? And I'm like, sure.
DM too.
Hey, same answer for me. Wow, amazing.
Yeah. Although I'll admit, like, I was really excited to have you guys in as co-hosts, but I was a little bit nervous about you, DM, because I was like, her viewership is large, and I mean, we get along well. Like, I had no doubts that like we wouldn't work well together as a group, but I was like, what if she just thinks this is like kind of beneath her, like this might not be worth her
I'm
time.
sitting here being like, I am so sorry. Oh my god, I misscheduled this. I am so does this time work? I'm so sorry.
Which like, so I was very, very wrong, but I'm glad I was wrong because I was just like, oh, she a big girl, like she's a big small girl.
When is she the littlest of us all?
Yeah.
Talk people. I'm so short. You can't say I'm a big VTuber because I'm tiny.
You're big in brain and big in heart.
Only sometimes.
All the time.
all the time, just for Harune. And I guess Kai's here too.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, the joy of being acknowledged.
It's fine. Aw,
Vindication of my existence. Thank you.
Kowowo is here. They say that your holiday outfits are so cute.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm not
I
saying
had a
any-
hot glue gun and some Christmas lights.
No, you fell in stylishly.
Oh yeah, that's the
Let's
story we're
stick
going
to
with.
our story. But I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. So if there are any, maybe what we can do then is for next time, if there are any questions in the YouTube comments, then maybe we can take the time to address those after the holiday season. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right. I think
Ooh.
that just about wraps
Questions
it
for
up.
the new year. A new year, a new us.
True. Yeah, we're so new. Kai, you're
So
probably the
new.
newest one, to be honest.
Yeah.
What?
You're the
You
newest lad.
just got the 2D.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's true.
Okay. I was like, wait, what is the context here? What am I new at? What's going on?
Oh,
I thought we started this together.
We do have one quick question. We want to just go through this one very quickly.
Yeah.
What is the best Christmas gift you've received?
Thank you, listener Pyro Salamander, for the question.
Yeah. Thank you, fellower Pyro. Fellow Pyro.
Fellower?
I'm tired. Okay. It's 11:30 at night. This is like a 12-hour difference to when we normally do this podcast.
Say what? I think I got inline roller skates one year when I was really interested in like learning how to roller skate,
Wow.
and they were
Aw,
nice ones too. It was great.
I love that. Kai?
The best Christmas present I've received. You go first.
Oh, okay. Just when I was getting into archery, for a Christmas, Papa Rene got me a like DIY oh my god, now I can't think of the word. What stores your bows? Or not your bows, your arrows. Quiver, yes. Got like a DIY leather quiver set. And we spent the rest of the evening like lacing, and he got himself one, and then he got me one, and we just like spent that evening putting the quiver together and like putting the leather laces through and like putting the strap through and like trying it on and testing to see how well it held the arrows and stuff. And it was just like really, I don't know if it was very expensive or not, but I still have that quiver today. And I always take it when I go bow shooting. But yeah, I just thought it was a really nice
Yeah.
gift.
Nice.
Yeah, because it was like something that I could use for a long time, and something that we could like take the time to like put together. And I really like that. Compound bow or traditional stick and string? I have a recurve. Although I really wanted a longbow, but the thing with longbows is that you cannot remove the limbs. So it's very inconvenient for carrying and storage. So recurve is like the closest and most convenient thing you could get to a longbow. So yeah. But I'm not a compound bow girl. I feel like that's a little too mechanical for me. Like I just want something like elegant and traditional. So that's me. But anyway, I'm sorry. That was 2 questions. My bad. All right. Why don't we wrap it up here, friends? How you guys feeling? Thank you once again for everyone who joined in the Discord server for this live recording. It is now.
Oh wait! I haven't. I didn't answer the question yet. I didn't answer the question.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I'm the worst. You said go first. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst.
Because I realized this is gonna be the 3rd time I'm saying it. But like my family kind of does things different. I just realized how non-standard my family is.
I am no longer surprised.
That's the thing. Like, my family has this habit where we don't buy each other presents.
Oh my god.
because everyone is of the mindset that they don't want to get someone something that they won't like. So ever since like my like middle school years, or even a little younger than that, it's always been a matter of just choose your own presents, and then somebody will volunteer to pay for it, kind of thing.
I mean,
So-
that's what a Christmas list is.
Yeah, but it usually ends up being bought in like March. So
Okay.
so it's kind of like going into Christmas, because Mama Kai's birthday is very close to Christmas. Like me, my brother, and my dad, we'd all just be like, yeah, we didn't get you anything. But then like when she sees something she likes, or she'll like get herself something, then we'll like pay for it, kind of thing.
Mama Renee is kind of that way too, but she's like the stickler in the family. Papa Renee's like of the firm belief that we always do Christmas presents. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
And when I'm like hanging out with friends, usually Christmas is a party with like a meal and an experience, like bowling or karaoke. So like we don't often gift exchange.
I think
So
that's better. I like that.
I don't think I've received like a proper Christmas present in a while.
Oh no. Oh.
I think me and Harune need to adopt you, because as far as I've heard from
Yeah.
your stories, like they don't get you the cake that you like for Christmas. They don't get
That
you
was for my
Christmas
birthday. That
presents.
was for my
Oh, your
birthday.
Sorry, birthday. I meant to say birthday. And they don't get you Christmas presents.
I mean, I have received a lot, kind of thing. So it's kind of like, it would be kind of like I don't know, if I needed a new charger for my laptop or something one year, and I bought it in February, then my mom or my dad would be like, oh, okay, that would be my Christmas present to you, and then they like pay for it at the
But-
like cashiers.
But that's not the
Uh,
same.
It's not.
Yeah, I think they both volunteered to like pay for some of the parts when I built my PC a couple Christmases ago. So I'd like order all the parts, I'd build it, and they just look at the bill and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'll pay for that piece," or "Oh, okay, I'll pay for that piece," and then they just like e-transfer me some money back, and that's Christmas.
That's not the
Mhm.
same. You need like the joy and wonder of not knowing what's wrapped up in all this sparkly paper, and maybe it isn't something that you would normally get yourself, but it sure as heck is cool, and it's nice to know that this person thought of you when they picked it out, and you know.
90% of my memories of unwrapping gifts under a tree are gifts that come from like relatives, or like my parents' adult friends, like
Mm.
work friends. So 90% of the time it's like sweaters.
Mhm.
You don't even like your arms covered, so what's the point?
I don't,
Yeah, true.
so I don't really wear sweaters.
Can I have all your
Or-
sweaters from your family
like-
members that you never wear?
Sweaters, or like a nice picture frame, or like
Wait,
Mugs.
why'd they give you a picture frame?
it's for the family.
Okay, I was gonna say. If
I
they
just unwrapped it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even worse.
I know this because as I was packing for the new place, I dug up a lot of old sweaters that still have their tags.
Oh my gosh.
That is like, okay, this was Christmas 2018, this was Christmas 2017.
Just send all the sweaters to me. I will gladly take them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I want all the sweater. I cannot get enough sweater.
Oh, I do remember unwrapping a PlayStation when I was very, very young, though. So that was
Oh, that must have been exciting.
that was exciting.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. We finally got to your
Yes.
answer.
There we go, we got
PlayStation.
it.
Yay!
It took a bit. We got it though.
Yeah, we had to dive into his memories a little bit and
I had to go far for that one. That
Yes.
was like,
We have to
ooh,
go back.
ooh.
sift past the trauma of never getting an actual Christmas gift
Mm-hmm.
until we uncovered his happy memory.
I mean, this is speaking of the dad who threw me his car keys and said, "Go buy your own birthday cake if you want."
I don't like that. Chrissy, wake up.
I don't like it.
this. Chrissy, wake up. But anyway. Any hoozles. But yeah, why don't we wrap it up there for real this time?
For real, for real.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For real.
it's been a bit, and people got.
Yeah, it's true. This is much later than we would normally do even anime night. But I want to thank you all so much for coming. And for anyone who participated, I mean, even though we didn't interact a lot with chat, we still had our eyeballs peeled for comments in chat, and it's just been fun to get like live feedback. That's always like, I don't know, that's like a fun new thing. So thank you all so much. This is our last GHK Radio episode for the year 2022. So the next time you will hear from us will be in 2023. And so we all wish you a very merry and safe holiday season, whether it is Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, the New Year's, like whatever you're celebrating.
Yule.
Yeah, Yule. Any of that good stuff. The winter solstice is approaching, so if you celebrate that too, then yeah, I hope you just have a wonderful, happy holiday season. I know Kai isn't saying much, but he agrees.
Yeah, he agrees.
I was waiting for you. I was letting you finish.
Well, she wasn't done. Oh my God, Kai, what are you?
She interrupted herself. That was me.
Oh
Do you
my
guys-
God, he's doing it again.
Do you guys have anything to announce? Any like special upcoming holiday thingies or?
Well, for the people who are in the call here right now, I'm going to be doing chat gets to control things while I play Dark Souls 3 tomorrow.
Oh my God!
But there will be a VOD on that. It's my objective is it's called Make Me Rage Quit. And I'm going to try to beat Udix Gundyr while chat is trying to actively make it impossible. But the YouTube video for that should hopefully be like edited and ready to go by the time that this goes up. So you'll be able to check that afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kai, how about yourself?
I recently ordered in the mail a book nook.
Ooh.
The Sakura Densia book nook from Robotime, which is like a little arts and crafts model.
Yeah. We match. I haven't done mine yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna start building that on stream, I think.
Nice.
Oh,
So
that'll
it's
be
gonna be
cute.
some nice little arts and crafts, crafty doodly things going on stream.
Are you gonna
Nice.
try to like do it till completion, or just for however much time you have available?
I'm gonna do it till completion, even if it takes multiple streams. I'm expecting it to go for like 2 or 3 streams, probably.
Ooh, let's heck it go!
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
other models, like I think this one says it's got like a 6 to 8 hour build time,
Oh my God. Okay.
but the other models they had were like 68 hours.
Why?
I was like, oh goodness.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, it can
goodness,
take a
those
bit.
are the
It's like
ones.
Gundams.
Oh my God.
Those ones you have to like actually like sew the cloth, and then you have to like thread this. They had to like do the wiring, and it was like, ugh.
No, none of that. That sounds not fun. I mean, it can be fun for
And-
someone who likes meticulous work, but
But yeah, that's kind of the thing, and that's. It's a little bit early, but since this is the last GHK that was happening for this year, my 3-year anniversary as a VTuber is in January when we
Ooh.
come back for the new year. So actually, the next episode of this will be recorded afterwards,
Yeah.
but hopefully, I'll be able to have something up to celebrate on the anniversary, and you might see a certain Miss Harune and a certain Miss Girldy in there.
Yeah.
Yay! Most likely.
likely.
Yes.
I always-
Schedules depending. Schedule, of course.
Oh, yes. And of course, follow Girl DM or Kai on any of their social medias. Follow them on their Twitch. Follow them on their Twitters. They will post when those things happen. So if you want to stay updated and you want to stay on top of all of their fun activities that are coming up, you should be going to those links right away. And you'll find them, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find them in the comment section. Anyone else who is here, chances are you've seen both of these fine people on Twitch. So you can follow their other social links through there as well. So
Follow
yeah.
Harune too. Although, albeit we're recording in your
Discord.
So I'm sure a lot of these people are already your loyal followers.
Well, that's very kind. I only have one small announcement, and just like DM's announcement, this more applies to people who are in the call. We will be gathering next week. Because as I said at the beginning of this whole shebang, this episode is being recorded during our normally scheduled anime night, which is every Monday nights at 9:30 p.m. EST. Next week, so Monday, December 19th, is the last Monday before Christmas. So we will be gathering that evening to watch our yearly traditional viewing of Saint Young
Over
Men.
the garden wall.
Saint Young Men.
Over the garden wall.
That
Over
is-
the garden wall.
Over
is
the
where
garden wall.
Potatoes and molasses.
Oh, potatoes and molasses.
See, it
catchy
works.
song.
It works.
It's the only thing on your task list. But anyway, yeah. So if you haven't seen
Mhm.
Saint Young Men, it's literally just Jesus and Buddha spend a year in Japan and the shenanigans that they get up to. And it's
Mhm.
my Christmas/New Year tradition to watch it. And I've been watching it on my server for a couple years now. And it's just a good old
Mhm.
roaring time. If you've never seen it before, I encourage you to join because it's whatever you're expecting, it's not it. Like, because
Yep.
it subverted all my expectations. So there is that. So I want to thank you guys all again, probably like for the third time, for joining us today, and for Kai and DM for taking the time out of their evenings to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
this
yeah.
work. You guys are the unsung heroes of GHK Radio. And それでは皆さん、またね。バイバイ。
Bye bye.
Bye bye.